Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm Tina Bessell, and I am one of the founder members of Cornwall Women's Fund. My background is a career in the military and then radio broadcasting, but I currently run the Cornish Lavender Farm, and I've been part of the Cornwall Women's Fund for, well, since inception, really, since it was hosted by the Cornwall Community Foundation and has now become an independent charity. Every year for International Women's Day, we like to highlight and focus and meet interesting characters who have an interesting perspective on how women supporting women does so much. And today, I'm really delighted to be joined by Keeley Reading. And Keeley, if you don't know her and you don't already follow her on Instagram, is the farming mother. Let's just search for the farming mother. Keeley, thank you so much for joining me. And tell
No,
us a
you're
little bit about
welcome.
your background and how you got to be the farming mother.
So the farming mother is very much, we are here on the farm full of animals, and it comes with that. I'm a mother of three. My eldest one is nearly 15, second one's nearly 13, and then my littlest one who's just turned 6. And I'm not just a mother to them, I'm a mother to all the animals that need my time and attention. And I won't use the term granny because it makes me feel really old, but obviously we're lambing and farrowing and everything else that goes with it. So yeah, mother sounds a little bit better than the farming granny. Um, and yeah, the farming mother evolved very quickly from me getting people on the farm and seeing how much nature and well-being could come together and support them. And it quickly evolved very much in the STEM world with my own children and working with schools and social services and other organisations. And it just became recognisable. It's usually the woman in the dress and the wellies that everyone notices.
So you have a background in mental health, and that's how you ended up evolving into the farming mother. And what is it that Penvergate offers as a CIC to those that you support?
So the farming mother is very much about getting people outside. The way to evolve and support your mental health is being outside. No one wants to be stuck in four walls. When you are at your very darkest days, you don't want to get outside. But stepping outside and seeing that the world is vast and there's more space around you can open your mind. And that goes for mental health, struggling with depression, anything along those lines, but not just for adults, but for children. And if you're a mum that has had one of those days or one of those nights have been up to the late hours, your children need to burn off energy. You're tired, you're exhausted. Getting outside helps you all. It tires them out a little bit, gives you a bit of peace, of fresh air, perspective. Being in nature energizes us, it recharges us and makes such a difference. Throwing an alpaca cuddle or a bit of a fun time with a goat or chasing a sheep or anything like that. And it uplifts everything that we're doing, and it makes a huge difference and has a big impact on everyone's mental health and well-being being outside. And we're lucky in Cornwall that we've got green and blue space that we can get out on both. And we're very fortunate here at Penvergate Farm that we literally can stand in the field and see the sea. And I think that was a bit of a dream of mine, and for it to come true is a bit of a pinch me moment. But it is about getting as many people as we can outside and supported to help them feel better and give them also the guidance and support that they need. No one wants to be in a confined space listening to support when you can be hands on gaining the support.
And I think that's very much what I've gained from, following you on social media is your perspective on how you support send children, but mostly send parents as well, and particularly mothers and women. Why is that?
Mums struggle the most. 9 times out of 10, it is mums that give up their job to support their send child. It's 9 times out of 10, it's the mother that is persevering through the paperwork, through advocating, through supporting, on top of all the other daily roles. You brought up the analogy before we started talking about the stream, and it's very much like we had a bit of flooding last year. which is all the water's coming off everyone else's fields, channeling down the road. The council are saying it's not their problem. Highways say it's not their problem once it leaves the road. It all filters down onto our farm, and the water is vast and flowing, and it flows through our culvert before it gets to the sea. But on top of that, all the silt's building up, all the debris, all the mud, and I am literally clearing out the stream every day. And that's what a mother's role is. She's got everything else that she's doing. So managing workload, caregiving needs, the house, bills, everything else. And on top of that, if she's got a child that's got additional needs, it might be that she might still have a, like me, a 6-year-old that's got personal care needs, that you've got to have eyes in the back of your head because you're running around after them. They've got no self-awareness, they've got no danger awareness, they need homeschooling, or if they're at school or especially school, they need collecting, or you're advocating to get an EHCP, and it's all these little things and extra doctor's appointments that are piling up on top, that you've still got all these core things that you're having to do daily underneath. And if they're like my little girl, sometimes you might be surviving on 2 hours sleep a night. Um, and the mums are at breaking point and you're asking for help and you seem like you are literally drowning in this water. But where do you go? Services are at breaking point, the NHS are at breaking point, waiting lists are long. And it's things like the Women's Fund, things like organisations like the Family Mother that are there bridging the gap and being that lifeline that you can message, that doesn't shut at 5 o'clock, that isn't okay, fill a form in and we'll get back to you or signpost you somewhere else. When you reach out, or when a mother reaches out, she is usually at breaking point. It's not, I can wait 3 weeks. She's probably been battling this and waiting to ask for support for maybe 3, 6 months, maybe a year. And she needs someone to talk to, whether it's a message, whether it's a, right, okay, there's a meditation here, listen to that. Something that is going to be tangible, that's going to support her in that moment and know that someone's there to support her. And that goes for a mental health breakdown, not just for mums. For women that are struggling, women that are going through postnatal depression, women that are just feeling lonely or isolated. When you finally have that courage to reach out, you need someone there in the moment. And it's organisations, like I said, like Cornwall's Women's Fund and the Family Mother and other amazing organisations, especially here in Cornwall, that are bridging the gap, that are there to offer that, as we say, like this giving hand, that we're here to help and give you that support. What can we do to help?
Well, let's move on. That's brilliant, actually. And I know you do that through your women's retreats, your Sowing the Seeds program, all of the alpaca experiences that you do on the farm. But let's just move on to the International Women's Day 2026 theme, which is Give to Gain. Now, if I can just explain this a little bit, because it got me a bit of umbrage when I talked about it, but it's when we give, comma, we gain. Because I think the vast majority of people, and women, I would say in this instance, give without agenda. They're not expecting to gain anything back, but they do in unexpected and unexplained ways. So it's a mindset of generosity and collaboration that the International Women's Day is around. And this is where the Cornwall Women's Fund, with its giving circle, and it's that coming together of altruistically donating, financially what we can, because when we bring that finance together, the power of giving together is much better than just £5 in a collection box. Because if it becomes £50 because 10 people do it, or £500 because 100 people do it, the power of that can make such a world of difference. So that's what the Cornwall Women's Fund is about, and that's what International Women's Day is about in terms of give to gain. Have you experienced that give to gain through your work?
I think that's one of the things that really humbles me is we do a lot of giving, whether it's giving up my time and answering umpteen calls or text messages of parents in crisis. It could be 11 o'clock at night or 2 o'clock in the morning, or me exhausted at the end of the day and writing a grant to still be able to give that support to parents that don't have the funds to be able to access our services. It's that knowing that you've paid something forward. There'll always be a time where someone reaches out to you and gives you something. And if you can reach out and give that to someone else, that gives them that hope, that helps them, supports them in that moment. but inspires them to pay it forward to someone else. And that's very much like you said, the giving of, if everybody donates a small amount, coming together and everyone's paying things forward, how much better would the world be? Everyone's paying everything forward, and it's a continuous circle of improving everyone's lives. And I think as women, we naturally want to give and support and help. That we're nurturing souls, and giving support to others is what we are about. And I think as a mother on the farm, new life and support, it is always joyous to watch others receive that giving without an agenda.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you absolutely nail it on the head there in terms of without agenda, and the reward that that inspires when you get that success that someone's won a local authority recognition case that their child will be supported, or that they've finally got some sleep because they've managed to tune into or you've managed to signpost them to some sort of meditation app, or just make them feel seen and heard and held. I think those are the sorts
And
of things.
I
and
think
and
that's one of the biggest things, is being seen and being heard. And it's even when I'm supporting parents and I can do a lot of the backbone of the work, it's always their win, but a win for them is a win for everyone else. And I said this last week when a parent won a case against the LA for getting into a specialist provision, that they'd messaged me 2 days before wanting to throw in the towel, and I'm like, no, no, 9 o'clock at night. I'm like, no, we're doing this. Um, and it's giving them that belief in themselves that they can do this. I will never do it for them. I will help and support, but they have it within them to do it. And when you get a mess, I got a message on the Tuesday afternoon saying we won, and that's all it said. And I was so overjoyed, I cried. It is because it was, they waited so long, and I know how much it means to them that they got what they knew was right. And it's just, you tell others, and each person understands the battle that the other parent's gone through, so it's a win for everyone. And it's the same when you see a woman that's been struggling, whether it's mental health or lack of support around them, or could have been domestic abuse. They see them, see that woman then thrive. It gives us all a sense of pride that they've overcome this and they've got to the other side. And every story is someone else's survival guide, and that's the way you pay it forward. It doesn't always have to be money or time. Your story can be someone else's survival guide.
I really want to pick up on that, because actually you're right. It doesn't have to always be money. It can be your expertise. It can be your skills. It can be an hour of listening. It can be a whole host of things, is the way that you can give to gain. Keeley, we're going to wrap it up, and I'll just ask you one final question, which is, what is your message to others coming up for International Women's Day?
See other women around you. Don't let them have to ask for help. Be there to offer the hand of giving support when they need it. And that doesn't have to be you handing over money. That can be pointing them in the direction of the Women's Fund. It can be pointing them in the direction of the farming mother. Even if it's just sharing a post with them that you might support them, just be there for others. It's about being there and supporting others, whether it's a helping hand, can I help you with that? Can I pass you this? Or here's a place where you can gain support.
That's absolutely lovely. Thank you so, so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to talk to you. If you want to follow Keeley Reading at The Farming Mother on Instagram, then do so, or check out her website. And we really appreciate your support here at Cornwall Women's Fund, Keeley.
No, thank you very much. I will always be a supporter.